Hi there. It is a promise that we will keep our focus on the state of Punjab. And I think Punjab is not just turning out to be very, very fascinating, but I think that one question that is on your mind right now, what if Punjab turns out to be a hung assembly? What if any particular political outfit in the state of Punjab is not able to get a majority? तब क्या होगा अगर तमाम जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं किसी के पास भी पूर्ण बहुमत नहीं होता है तो पंजाब में क्या होगा और क्यों इस बार इस तरह की बातें बार बार बोली जा रही हैं कि पंजाब में इस बार त्रिशंकु यानी हंग असेंबली आ सकती है। अब देखिए थोड़ी बहुत ध्यान रखिए कि जब पंजाब की बात करते हैं ना, पंजाब हैज यूजुअली एंड ट्रेडिशनली बीन अ कॉन्टेस्ट of the Congress on one side, the Akalis, and the BJP on the other. This changed in 2017 when the AAP came in. So when the AAP came in, it became a triangular contest. त्रिकोणीय मुकाबला जिसको कहते हैं. इस बार the contest is five-cornered. The Congress is without the AAP, but the Congress is with a Channi, who's a Dalit chief minister. The Akalis, are out of power for a very long time. There is still, I think, their entire perception of corruption that really they have to deal with. They haven't been able, I think, to deflect that from them. Captain Amrinder Singh minus the Congress, how will that turn out to be? There have been charges of misgovernance on the captain himself. Has he been able to address them effectively? The voters only will decide that. And the AAP, the Aam Aadmi Party, who everyone said is a favorite in the last elections of 2017. But then what now? Can they really change politics in the state of Punjab? Obviously, these are things that come to my mind. But why do we say we could possibly be looking at a hung assembly? And in case it is a hung assembly, what could be the possible post-poll scenarios? Now you might think कि बहुत जल्दी है ये सब सोचना, but important है because the way I think and the way you think and the way a lot of other people think again will tell you how the politics in the state of Punjab is being placed before the election and after the election, because there is a growing amount of sense that things are still very fluid in Punjab. क्योंकि देखिए कुछ महीने पहले तक तो सब ये कहते थे कि द कांग्रेस विल विन दिस स्टेट. अब हाउ टू लूज एन इलेक्शन आई थिंक ये सीखना हो तो कांग्रेस पार्टी से बेटर कोई पार्टी नहीं है. द बीजेपी इज विदाउट द अकाली दल बट द बीजेपी इज विद द कैप्टन. सो हाउ विल दैट ऑल्सो वर्क आउट? आई थिंक दैट विल बी इंपॉर्टेंट टू सी. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दीज पॉसिबल पोस्ट पोल सिनेरियोज. अगर किसी भी पार्टी को पूर्ण बहुमत नहीं आता है, what will happen then? Now what do I think? Could you be looking at a Congress plus an AAP scenario? Think about this. Congress plus the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, why I say this? And see, Bhagwant Mann today, if he's the leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, as it has been announced, he will be their chief ministerial face. Is that going to be acceptable to Arvind Kejriwal? So, to blunt that entire image, Arvind Kejriwal can say, listen, हम कांग्रेस के साथ टाई अप कर रहे हैं और उन्हीं का मुख्यमंत्री, क्योंकि वो दलित है, उन्हीं को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया जाएगा and भगवंत मान will happily listen to him. So, इससे भगवंत मान factor is neutralized because the Bhagwant Mann being in charge of a full state in Punjab, having full power and authority, way higher than an Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi, is that going to be acceptable to Kejriwal? We all know the answer. So this is why it possibly could happen. Now, there is also a reason why I think it could just be a bad idea. Because if you remember what happened in Delhi, when there was a tie-up that you saw between the AAP and the Congress, you saw the AAP literally eating away all the votes of the Congress. So इससे नुकसान किसका हुआ? Congress party का. So I think that is why it is a bad choice if that happens. The AAP plus the Congress. अब एक और अलायंस की बात करते हैं, आप प्लस द अकालीज. नाउ कैन दैट हैपन? कैन द आम आदमी पार्टी join hands with the अकालीज? अब देखिए, अकालीज के लिए दिस इज सीधा सीधा फाइट फॉर सर्वाइवल, अ फाइट फॉर देयर फ्यूचर. They also know that they don't want to stay out of power for too long. You've seen them in power in the state of Punjab from 2007 to 2017. Lot of allegations against them, but they have stayed out of power. Would they want to be in that situation for too long? So that is why it helps them to be a kingmaker and join with the AAP in case the AAP, falls short of the majority numbers and come to power. Get a representation, be a part of the government. But yahan par bhi, why I believe that this could be a bad idea. In one of our previous videos, we've spoken about the Jat Sikh vote. The Jat Sikh vote, till the Aam Aadmi Party debuted in the state in 2017, was going with the Congress and the Shiromani Akali Dal. Ab, there is a figure to that. In fact, there is a data जो मैं निकाल के लाई थी. I'll just share that with you. 2012 में the Congress got 31% of the Jat Sikh vote. The Shiromani Akali Dal, the BJP combined, got 52. So 31 Congress, 52 to the Shiromani Akali Dal and the BJP combined. Up in 2017, when AAP was a contender, what happened? The Congress got 28% of the Jat Sikh vote. Shiromani Akali Dal got 37. It decreased from its earlier vote share of 52% of the Jat Sikh. And the AAP gained that. The AAP got a strong 30% Jat Sikh vote. So the AAP essentially has really eaten into that Jat Sikh vote of the Akali Dal. So, if the two come together, could it be possible that one day you will have the AAP growing at the expense of the Akali Dal? Think about it. Just think. Now, on the other side is also about a lot of strategic vote transfer. What could the BJP do? Because, you would laugh at me when I say this, but could the BJP and the Congress combine? You would think that's an absurd thought. That will never happen. The BJP and the Congress can never get together. But can they? Just think about it. Because what purpose does it serve? They would be able to keep the AAP out. The AAP that is growing in influence in different parts of Punjab. So why that alliance makes sense is to keep the AAP out. Because if there is a strategic vote transfer to keep the Aam Aadmi Party out, that could help. That could help both these parties. And why it helps, I think, the BJP and the Congress both is, it helps the BJP because it is always an advantage for the BJP when you have the BJP fighting the Congress. Because then you can hit out at the Congress party and you can look better. You can look stronger. That has helped the BJP. And doing an alliance with the BJP will help the Congress because then you can keep the AAP out. The AAP, again, remember, has been eating into a lot of that vote, a lot of those people who want a change, but then they don't want to go to the Akali or to the BJP, and they find an alternative in the Aam Aadmi Party. So that is how I see that alliance possibly playing out. And, I'll take one more long shot. And though this is, again, something that is not happening right away, but in case there is a hung assembly, and uske baad you might just see any of these permutation combinations, and there is a government, which is, very short-lived, जो बहुत ज़्यादा दिन चलती नहीं है. उसके बाद अगर re-election होता है, does the BJP then stand a chance? Is that the long game the BJP is playing? Think about this. Because I think what's happening in Punjab is fascinating at a number of levels. It's fascinating at a number of levels. If there is a hung assembly, so it's a given that there will have to be some post-poll coalition, some post-poll arithmetic that will have to be done. And there is obviously that scenario of, the Akali Dal coming back with the BJP. They already have a captain. Anything is possible in Punjab this time. So just sit tight and watch everything that's happening in the state of Punjab. Because, the state might not be as politically relevant as the big state of Uttar Pradesh, but it's a border state. It is a state that is very, very sensitive. It is a state that obviously does not want to go back into the dark days. It does not even want to remember those dark days. A state right now that possibly could be looking at a major influx. Because एक टाइम पर कांग्रेस के होते थे कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह और बादल सीनियर, who's 94 now. So a lot is changing. There is this new generation of netas coming in all political parties. There are new parties coming up. What does this mean for the state of Punjab? And as I said, because I love politics, it's so important to decode all these developments. I'm sure you, the viewer who's watched this entire video, first up, I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Press the like button. Share this with as many people in your, family, your friends, your colleagues, because it's important that we get this conversation started. Share the news that you don't get, because this is the news that makes you think. This is the news that will make you more aware, it will make you more informed, it will make you more interested, it will make you more participative. And in the comment section below, do let me know what you think of how I think these possible post-poll alliances could shape up.